I'm going to give you 4 reasons why buying property in Madeira is a great option. Reason number 1, with a few subsections, is that the most important thing is it's a great investment, the potential of growth and the value. And it may not surprise you to hear that Madeira has become more and more popular over the last few years as a travel destination, but also as a destination for expats, digital nomads, and retirees to buy property here. And what does that mean? There is huge demand, and because the size of the island, limited supply. So prices are rising. And I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. It's only going to keep going in one direction. The market is stable from that perspective. Madeira is not suddenly going to fall off the map. Things aren't going to change that drastically. It's an incredibly attractive place to live for a whole host of reasons, and therefore that translates into it being an incredibly attractive place to buy property. So the market is only going to expand, especially as places like this are being built, more luxury accommodation, tapping into a new market. Flights to America, not direct, but via the Azores, are opening this year and becoming more and more popular. The markets really are just opening, and from an investment perspective, it's difficult to go wrong. The flip side to that is the rental market. The rental market is also incredibly strong, mainly because of that demand. The demand is huge from tourists coming here and from remote workers, digital nomads coming here to work. So of course, rental prices are rising. It means it's a safer, more stable investment, of course. Whether you're looking to invest in a property as a second home and want to rent it out for part of the year, or you want to fully rent it out for the whole year, it gives you that flexibility and security to know you're almost guaranteed to be able to rent it out and get a good price for it, especially luxury accommodation like this. The luxury market is only growing, and only growing here in Madeira. Actual rental for this property right now is €2,000 per night, and it has a 70% occupancy rate. Reason number 2 is this island itself, stunning natural beauty and outdoor activities. I mean, we've kind of touched upon it on this, but if you see other videos on my channel, you will know that this island is incredible. You can be in the charming city of Funchal and have all the amenities that you want. You can also be in the mountains and have all the different microclimates, from jungle feeling to Martian landscape feeling to coastal. Everything you want is here, all in one place, and all discoverable and drivable in one day. That's what I love so much about it. From corner to corner, it changes. But activities, hiking, scuba diving, paragliding, go-karting, lots of food, good restaurants, Michelin star restaurants here, everything you want. If you like the outdoor lifestyle, if you want a lifestyle that combines living, working, being outside, this is the place, guys. And there's not that many places that have mountains and ocean and subtropical climate all in one place, all easily accessible, because the roads and the tunnels get you around the island all in a day. You can go around easily all in a day. It is all here, and it is all absolutely breathtaking. I have not met one person who has come to this island and not liked it, not fallen in love. They come for the first time open-minded, and when they leave, they say, I must come back. I must come back. Well, if that's not a good enough reason, I'm not sure what is. Okay, next up, number 3, quality of life. Now, of course, the outdoor lifestyle, all of those things add into quality of life. But beyond that, there are some important things like infrastructure and healthcare. There is an international airport here, obviously, that makes sense, right? You have a good healthcare system. You can get the free healthcare, of course, if you are living here and as a resident. And then also you can have the private healthcare. There's a new hospital being built, which is going to be fantastic, improve the quality of healthcare on this island. But overall, especially if you're going private, it's very good. I've never had any issues with healthcare. I know people complain a lot about these things. They complain a lot about them everywhere you go. But personally, and also as a reputation, Portugal has a very good healthcare system. The other thing to say is Portugal in general, well, Portugal I think is number 7 on global safety lists, but Madeira is so safe. You don't have to worry about scams. You don't have to worry about pickpockets or robbery or any of these things. You don't see people walking around with backpacks on their front or worried. I regularly leave my keys in my bike by mistake or my backpack somewhere, and it's completely safe. One of the safest places I've ever been. Definitely one of the safest places I've ever lived, and I love it for that reason. You can completely relax and get into the community and the lifestyle here without worrying about those things. When you're in Lisbon or when you're in these other places and you're walking around the centre, you do have to worry about those things, and it is an extra stress in your mind. Here, not a bit of it. And just a final point on that, the community here. I talk a lot about community. Firstly, in the village or in the town that you live in, community is strong and there's a good sense of community on the island itself. Everyone's friendly, everyone helps each other. A lot of people speak English as a second language, so you definitely don't have any issues there. But they also speak French and German and other languages as well. But also wider community of expats. Because it's a small place, it's very easy to coordinate and organise things. And there's a really vibrant community of expats, of digital nomads, of remote workers, with things happening every week, whether that's community lunches, drinks, activities, trips out on the boat, hikes in the mountains. You can get involved as much or as little as you want, of course, and that's why I like it. You can kind of dip in. I like to be quite independent, but I can dip in when I want and find that community. Sometimes places like this can feel quite transitional, but because of this community and a lot of people who are here quite regularly or live here in that sense, you do have that thread that runs all the way through it. And lastly, one which I must admit I'm not the biggest expert on, but tax. There are tax incentives here. There's no wealth tax, which helps. There's no tax on crypto if you come here and you stay here for longer than a year. No tax on crypto. And whilst NHR 1.0 is over, NHR 2.0 has been brought in, and you can claim tax incentives and tax benefits under that for your tax. I'm not going to try and be your tax lawyer. You're going to have to look into that yourself, but, well, you wouldn't want to listen to it from me, let's say. But the point is that it exists and tax incentives do exist. There's also a good tax incentive scheme on properties that you can check out as well. And also visa. If you're coming into the country and you're investing foreign money in the country, you still can get golden visa. You can't get golden visa through your property these days if it's a personal property, but there are other ways to do it, so you can find it for that. Obviously, if you're just here for a few months a year, you can just be here under the Schengen rule. It's very easy to do that, 3 months and then 3 months out. But tax incentives is obviously a big benefit of buying property and definitely one to look out for. So overall, yes, Madeira is one of my favorite places in the world. I think it's pretty obvious from my channel about that. Is it a good place to buy? Yes. My regret is I still have my property in the UK and haven't bought here myself, or actually I would buy here for sure. And I know a lot of people who have done here and are very, very happy that they have done so. So I encourage you, if you are thinking about it, go for it. Why not this? Why not this? And if you want to find out more about this incredible property, I have a full video, including a tour, cooking inside, exploring the local area, and going to a local festival right here.